Waluigi!
You probably clicked on this video thinking, are you mad? What a privilege it is to be able to say being a winner sucks. Well, yes, I do have that privilege and quite a lot of it when it comes to Mario Kart, but I'm going to tell you why it sucks not to win, but to be in first place. I would also love if you were to grant me the privilege of having you subscribe to my very dreamy Waluigi channel. It would help me out a ton. In Mario Kart 8, especially the deluxe version, with the added chaos of a second item slot, there's much more going against you than other games in the franchise if you're winning. For this video, I'm going to be talking about the deluxe version, but many things I'm about to say can apply to the Wii U version. Allow me to list off the disadvantages you have while in first place. Coins are a large majority of your item pool, which is next to useless. You are the target of spiny shells with little to no counterplay. You are often the target of Boo, which may or may not take your only defense. The effects of lightning last the longest on you. You will always get hit by bloopers, and second place will often obtain powerful items such as triple red shells, even if only a moderate distance away, because item distribution is largely decided based on a player's distance from first place. The leading player can't reliably block the onslaught, as a large majority of the time they will be holding one coin and one other defensive item. 2 red shells is hard enough to deal with, let alone 4. If you take the lead at the beginning of the race, it's common to get struck by a red shell because you probably pulled a coin. But in general, it can feel like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has its item settings stuck on chaotic, as the amount of offensive items pulled regardless of distance is high. To make matters worse, the AI for red shells is the best it's ever been. They still bug out once in a while, but these things almost always hit their target with no way to juke them. Not that I'm saying you should necessarily be able to juke them. And for the advantages of first place, you get first grabs at coins on the track, you get first grabs at item boxes on the track, and you're winning, at least for the time being. This is quite different from other games in the franchise. This game has the least amount of counterplay and ability to hold first place. Other Mario Kart games had the first place player pulling 2 defensive items regularly, sometimes even a line of bananas, which makes you very difficult to touch. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is also more chaotic with its 2 separate item slots and the fact that it's a 12-player game. This allows for players to hold 2 powerful items at once, such as triple red shells and fire flower, or lightning and bullet bill. Spiny shells used to have a number of viable ways to deal with it. In Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, mushrooms or super horns can nullify the blue shell, but more often than not they're taken away from you before you can use them, as they are forced by lightning, Boo, or other incoming attacks. Falling off the track as it dives in on you used to be a reliable strategy, because when you used to respawn you could get a boost and instantly accelerate. Trying that now is slower than taking the hit because of the changes to falling. In Double Dash, it's possible to use mini turbos to dodge the shell if you're skilled enough. All in all, it comes down to the fact that there's not enough of a way to deal with the items sent to you while you're leading the pack. A bit of luck can keep things fun and interesting, but in this case, it's unhealthy by punishing the player too hard for doing well, whether your intent is to play it more as a party game or get competitive. In the Mario Kart games that do provide ample counterplay, the value and importance of playing with skill is higher and feels more rewarding. The leading player can defend themselves while those behind them have items and strategies to get ahead. Guaranteed double defensive items allows for the leading player to use items offensively more often, which is more fun and engaging. That would give them a fighting chance, but there's still plenty of resources to slow them down. The player in second can gain an item advantage by using their items only after the leader passes the item boxes, essentially having 1 or 2 more items than their opponent depending on the game. So if being in first is so punishing, should you sit in second place until the last lap and try to steal a race at the end? Well, no. You can't reliably do so, and the player in second place has to face many of the problems the player in first does, just to a smaller degree. There is a third place player that must be defended from, as well as getting hit by power items such as lightning. I'd say 20 to 40% of the time you'll get cheated out of a win depending on what way you're playing the game and how closely matched you are with your opponents. I used to play tournaments with a player less practiced than I but still great at the game. And yet we would trade wins often because neither of us can deal with an onslaught of countless red shells. Nintendo does care about item distribution at least a little bit. They patched the game, which included changes like not allowing 2 boos or piranha plants to be in play at once, and lowering the chaos by implementing a 3-second period of invincibility after being hit. But other changes are necessary to balance the game, and hopefully they learn from this mistake for future games. Get rid of the coin, either go back to 1 item slot or limit the item combos you can get, and scale down distance-based item distribution. The distance idea is wonderful and should stick around, but it needs to be restricted. There should be a range of items each rank can obtain based on distance. For example, if second place is on the leader's tail, they would get similar items to first place with the addition to an occasional red shell or mushroom. But if second place is far away, obtaining reds and shrooms happen more frequently, but definitely not having the ability to get bullet bills and stars no matter how far behind they are. If Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had a slightly modified Mario Kart 7 item system, the game would be perfect. That is the most balanced game in the franchise, and that's a large part of why I sank several hundred hours into it. And for the cherry on top, the bottom screen of your 3DS had a map which displayed items on the track and the item in each player's item box, allowing for serious strategy. The only downside is that many players would come to a complete halt, hoping another player would pass them to take a spiny shell, often causing huge traffic jams. Items are a huge contributor to why Mario Kart is such a great franchise, so it needs to be done well. You won't find such a well-rounded, balanced set of items in other racing franchises, but unfortunately, in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, balanced items make for an unbalanced game when the distribution is offset. You made it this far, so click the like button and subscribe. If you like Mario Kart, go check out my item tier list, and if you like kart racers, watch my Crash Team Racing montage. Links in the description.